Okay, let's talk about tractors that got caught in the crossfire of a real messy takeover, specifically the Deutz 9100 series. Personally, I think they're good tractors, maybe even great ones. But if you show one to a diehard Allis guy, you'll get an earful. They'll kick dirt on it, insult its mother, the whole works. It'll get real awkward. I'm kidding-ish. But, the truth, though, is there's a lot of AC fans that really don't like these tractors, and from an emotional level, I get it, and I understand why. We'll get into that in just a second. By the way, if you want a little more detail, check out an article I wrote about the 9170. I dropped the link in the description. Anyway, back to the story. So, by the mid-'80s, Allis was in deep trouble, and everybody knows that. They pretty much sold off everything that wasn't nailed down in order to keep the lights on in the ag division, but at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough. And in May of 1985, Klöckner Humboldt Deutz, yes, that's how you pronounce that. Shout out to Kevin on our marketing team for teaching me how to say Klöckner. Anyway, they were a West German company, and efficiency kind of mattered more than tradition. And they made changes pretty quickly. Dealers had to rebadge all their inventory as Deutz Allis pretty much immediately. That was strike one. The West Allis plant stayed open pretty much long enough to burn through the parts, but then it was lights out as well. That's strike two. See, here's the thing. Deutz didn't really see an awful lot of value in the Allis lineup, but they did with the dealer network because they wanted to start selling their tractors here. And when they tried selling the green 7100 series, they flopped real hard. And so they had to pivot. So plan B was to have the Gleaner Design Group spin up a big row crop tractor with some kind of German feel to it. And that's where the 9100 series came from. Here's the problem with that, and this is strike three. The tractors used Deutz air-cooled motors, they used a white workhorse frame, and they were built in cold water, not by Allis employees. No Allis parts, no orange paint, just this big green thing with a vague reference to Allis on the hood. And when they launched the tractor in 1989, a lot of loyalists felt pushed away. But the truth be told, they were pretty solid machines. They were reliable, they made plenty of power, and if you kept the cooling fins clean, they'd pretty much run forever. But at this point, sales, really lagged, and in 1990, Deutz ended up tapping out, and they sold the U.S. ag business to a small group of Deutz Allis leadership led by Bob Ratliff. And that company, that became AGCO. And their first order of business, rebrand the 9100s, get rid of the green paint, make it orange. But by then, I think those tractors had pretty much already become collateral damage. At least that's my take. I want to hear yours, though. You ever run one or own one? Sound off in the comments. Tell us the good, bad, and the ugly. Thanks for watching.